and what you're looking at as far as track-wise.
Hey there, Lindsay and Aaron. Yeah, so we have some potential, at least, for some strong to severe storms through the rest of this evening. Rain overnight. Tomorrow's looking a lot drier. So let's take a look at radar right now. Where all that yellow is, all the counties from really northern Kentucky back over towards Louisville, that's where you're looking at a severe thunderstorm watch. So where all the ingredients are potential for some strong to severe storms. But we do have some severe thunderstorm warnings. Those would be in northern Kentucky. So this cluster, almost a mini line of storms, is continuing to push up towards the northeast at about 30 miles an hour, so pretty normal speed for these storms, but a lot of heavy rain and a lot of lightning. Look, in just some of these storms, you're looking at 300-400 lightning bolts here. That's a lot. You're looking at really a lightning show with this. It is moving across northern Kentucky from Owen County and then eventually going to be moving towards the 71-75 split. Now this does include, I think, a good portion of Grant County, I would say. That'll be until about 8:15 this evening. We'll watch that potential for this to be expanded. I will say I do think with the latest motion of the storm, it is going to be staying south of the river. I think we may still see some light rain from Florence, Cincinnati, even farther north if you're looking towards Sharonville, but I think more the stronger severe storm and the really heavy rain again is going to be staying, I'd say 71-75 split and even south of there. So this is going to be continuing to move off towards the east, but as we zoom in, you're looking at a lot of heavy rain really from Owenton, Sanders, and our friends even in VV seeing a good amount of rain right now. Now this is going to be moving towards 75, so Crittenden, Dry Ridge going to be seeing some of the heavy rain move in, as well as that potential for some strong winds. So I turned on where the stronger winds potentially could be in these storms. I would say pushing to the east of Owenton right now and going to be moving towards 75, Crittenden and Dry Ridge here again fairly shortly. You're looking at Dry Ridge by about 8:15, Crittenden by about 8:20. So there is that potential, of course, that this severe thunderstorm warning gets expanded a bit farther towards the east. I'll be continuing to watch that, though. That's going to be the main cluster that I'm watching for right now across northern Kentucky. Again, north of the river, we're staying pretty quiet. In fact, not even a severe thunderstorm watch there. But this severe thunderstorm watch expands across southern Indiana and even in parts of Illinois. This is going to be that last cluster of storms that I'm still waiting a few hours to get to us. I do think by the time we get to late, when that line moves towards us, it'll be much weaker. So we only have a few more hours here to watch for some heavy rain and storm potential. So you're going over the next few hours here by about 8-9 o'clock, still some of that heavy rain moving across Greater Cincinnati. We get to about 10. This cluster of storms right now in northern Kentucky, I think, is going to be towards our eastern communities. So Mount Orab, Georgetown, Hillsborough, over towards Peebles, West Union, some rain there. We get to after midnight. I think some of that rain will be staying across Kentucky. I think our chances of any rain showers and any storms over in southwestern Ohio is going to be a lot lower. So by overnight, the storm chance is going to wind down. We have just some scattered rain, still some light rain into Sunday morning for tomorrow. But by tomorrow afternoon, we dry out. It'll be warm. It'll be humid. So you're looking outside right now over downtown Cincinnati. You're taking a look over the river into Kentucky. I know the sky looks very dark outside. That temperature in the 70s. We have some of that fuel for some of those storms and those winds out of the southwest at about 10 to 15 miles an hour. Most temperatures across the area are in the upper 60s or low 70s. Tonight, we're not falling all that much. It's going to be fairly mild with those rain showers. We're going to be in the low 60s for tonight. And then take a look at tomorrow, mid 80s with the rain. It's just going to be feeling very humid by the time we get into the afternoon. So we have that impact day for the rest of today. Tomorrow, we're looking a lot better, just a lot more summer-like. Summer-like weather continues for the beginning part of next week, and another chance of rain by next late Tuesday into Wednesday. Lindsay, Aaron.
Sabrina, thank you.